Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you some more Planet Coaster. Today's episode is going to be a mixture of me rambling about this series and me building a couple things. And when I say rambling about the series, I really mean that I need to I need to explain a couple things of what's going to happen in the future. I have been doing fairly good, I feel like, with the progress, but I've made some mistakes, and my main mistake is that I've jumped around way too much in the series. I haven't committed to one, technically I am working in one theme area, but I've started several different projects, and I haven't finished any of them. So today, we're going to try to finish up majority of this pirate area, this city part, and then in the future episodes, we'll go back to the Pirate Cove, which is something I think it was last episode, I started that. I don't want to jump around like that. I need to go back and finish what I started first, and then we can move back to that area. And that's also going to bring me to my next point is, I don't know how much more of this time-lapse thing I'm going to do. Some people like to watch people, put things together, build buildings and stuff like that in time-lapse. And I like doing it, but I feel like that's not going to be the way that I need to, do this whole series, because eventually, I think people would get tired of watching me just literally build buildings, or what you're going to see me do here in a minute. And this really dawned on me a while ago. I spent an hour doing this cliff, and I was like, I recorded all this. I was like, is this entertaining? Is this going to be something that somebody's going to really want to watch? So I am going to show some of it. That's why I got to thinking that, maybe it's a better plan to really just, when I do this series, I need to start completing things ahead of time, recording them, and kind of doing the end result. I still think that, you do want to see some of me building things, but I think I'm going to progress this into more of a, we're going to build things ahead of time, show you the end result, maybe do some ride-alongs, and just try to keep it as fun as possible. Because to be honest with you, I don't want to make this series boring. So that's why, you already don't see many episodes. And I know I do have some of my subs that have subbed really just for this game. And, I'm really happy that you've done that. And, hopefully you will join me on some of the other games that I play. But I feel like, I don't want to make this series, dull. I don't want to just make it boring. So this is probably one of the last episodes you're going to see the time-lapse. I'm really just using this footage to talk over and explain what we're going to be doing in the future. Like I said, we're waiting on a lot of updates. This whole alpha, I think, is going to come in several phases, so we will eventually get more items and more rides and stuff like that. But frankly, I'm not one of those builders that, you've got some people on YouTube, and like I said, they are absolutely fantastic at what they do. They go in here and that's all they do is they build buildings, and they make fantastic structures, they make full cities. I mean, it's amazing, but that's not where I want to be with this. I'm extremely proud of what I've done. I really think that this whole area actually looks good for probably my skill level. What I'm starting here, I've got this little pirate cave area, and the big cliff I keep talking about is going to be behind that. I'll start putting that together here in a second on the video. But yeah, I mean, after I was like, does somebody really want to watch me stack rocks even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes, just is that something that, content wise that you guys want to see? And if I had to guess the answer, even if anybody didn't say anything, it would probably be, that's probably not the most entertaining thing. So, I want to try to keep the channel fun. I still, like I said, I love creative games. I love to go in there and create things for you guys, if you know about my scrap mechanic. But I also love to have fun. I recently started my Beam NG series, and it's doing relatively well. I'm actually a little excited because I took a different approach to making the videos, and it's something that I'm not quite used to. When I can play things like that, I'm a little bit more excited. I'm a little bit more, I don't sound as boring or as dull. When I play stuff like this, I might sound really boring, but it's really most times because I'm focusing, or I'm trying to explain what's going on screen, and sometimes I can't just joke over that or be real, just I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You know, I can't be really just open and really, you know, happy and all that. You know, I sometimes I've had people actually tell me, like, wow, you sound like you're either mad or, you know, you're constantly tired or something. And yeah, you know, I need to change that, to be honest with you. I need to get a little more pep, I guess, if you want to say that. So, you know, that's why I think I'm going to change the approach the way I do a lot of these videos. And this isn't just for Planet Coaster. This is also going to apply to Scrap Mechanic. I'm going to try to move those along in a way to, you know, make it a little bit more of I feel like a entertaining experience. So I'm sorry that I'm rambling on. I feel like it's important, the fact that a lot of this does go back to Planet Coaster, so I feel like it's important, you know, to explain what's happening and what you're going to see in the future with it. But anyways, on to what I'm doing here. I am creating a big, and if you can see, I am manipulating all these rocks and trying to put them around, and I'm creating a cliff, and I actually get really far. I'm almost, by the end of this little clip, some of these clips, you'll see I got really far. I am almost to the point to where I think I'm towards the top. I don't really need to add more. Also, we started working on, and I will go back and work a little bit in this cove. I've already filled in the middle area that I talked about in the city, so that's finally complete, and I finally feel like I'm making progress. I feel like, you know, this is not dragging along like this series kind of has done, and you know, it's a little embarrassing. You know, my plan, you know, it doesn't always work out. You know, you get busy and other games come along, but my plan was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bust this out. We're gonna get a big park, and you know, everything's gonna be fine. It'll be quick and easy. But and I understand it hasn't been like that. So I do think anybody that is watching this video, you know, it means a lot that, you know, people are still sticking with it and still, you know, like to watch this. So that's, you know, thank you for that. Anyways, this backside, I'm not really sure if it's going to be 100% necessary. I guess for, you know, like it slants up on one side, and the backside is kind of hollow and empty right now. I'm not sure if I need to go back in there and fill that up. To be honest with you, that's not where the guests are at. You still got to remember, this is a theme park. This isn't like fully... Like, what I'm saying is, a lot of people talk about, like, backlot areas, employee areas. Like, if you're seeing a set of something, you're seeing, like, say it's a Western set. You see the front of it, the front end looks really nice and all that, and you go around to the back, and it's really dull, plain. There's, you know, it's where the employees are. That's kind of what I want to do with some of the areas, and that would actually make this a little more busy. So I'm not really 100% sure what I'm going to do back behind all this. You know, I want to incorporate some employee areas. These hills really present challenges. I don't know if there's a way, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please somebody tell me in the comments about slanting like objects up. I know you can sink them down into the ground, you can spin them around, but is there a way to actually tilt them? Because I have not seen that yet. And that was always a question about when I was building that big wall. You know, I wanted to incorporate that one coaster on the far side, you know, into that wall, but I couldn't find a way to slant it up. What you're seeing on screen now is I've almost completed the cliff, and you can see it's actually fairly massive back there. I'm starting to build a cave area. I want to make like a transition over into this, I guess you can call it a cove. I'm not really 100% sure, but I want to make like a transition over into this area. So I'm going to have like a cave, and then as soon as you walk out on the path and you get to this other side, it's, you know, open, and there's this little battle I have going on. I've got the boat out there. I've got the cannons on the wall. They're actually firing. They got that. It's a real neat animation. And last episode we built that wall, and we will eventually work around and do that. I just wanted to complete this cliff area first, and then I wanted to save all that for the end point. I also go back in this video. I don't know if I'm going to really show all of it. I go back and finally I connect the wall and get that finished. That really completes a lot of things. I finally can really see where, you know, these are the areas that need to be filled in. And after that, I mean, we are almost done with this pirate area, and that feels fantastic to me. Feels like, you know, I could probably knock this out in a couple more episodes, and I'm not sure exactly when those episodes are to come, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do those episodes. I might go ahead and complete things and then show you, because that's how I did, I believe, my second episode of Planet Coaster. I went ahead and built quite a bit of the pirate area, and then it was just like an overview. So we might do it like that next episode. So, it keeps it really exciting. Like, you've got all these things to look at instead of me placing plants. I don't know. That, some people might be entertained by that. And if you are, please let me know. But if not, we'll go back and I'll try to go back and figure out how exactly I want to do this. But here I am going to complete this wall. This is basically enclosed, I would say 75, maybe not 75% of this area. So I'm really proud of that. If we ever get any other themes, I can always make a transition, maybe even off this path here, and it can cut into the wall and go into another area of the park. I'm not 100% sure. When it comes to like the only other theme you really have is the modern theme, and some people have been really good about making like themes that don't even exist in the game out of some of the modern buildings. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, but we will definitely go back into the modern area, and that's why I don't think I'm going to need to cut this path out yet, because that modern area is not going to stretch all the way back here, because this pirate area is surprisingly big. I had to stretch this pirate area, considering that's the only like main theme that we have. I needed to make it bigger, so it's a big area. It's a lot bigger than it, maybe even than it looks. You don't realize the map size on Planet Coaster is, I would say it's fair. I don't know if we're going to have bigger maps. I really haven't even played around. Some of the other maps are actually really unique and have some really, like I said, unique landscapes. But I haven't seen if there's like a really big map in here. So I'm really curious about that. I need to go back and look at that. Also, if that is bugging you, you see that little gap between the water and the wall there. What I'm going to do, that wall is actually setting up on top of it, and it's just the way it's settled on there. I actually go back and adjust it a little bit if these walls look a bit wonky. I'm going to place rocks. I'm going to line rocks along it, make it look like that's a little bit of a shoreline or something. So that gap will not be there, and I'm pretty sure somebody might, if I was going to say this that way, somebody points it out in the comments like, hey, you've got a big gap in that wall. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, as you can see, there's really only one empty area now behind the one ride that's spinning. So I build these walls. I'm going to fill in that area, and we are in really good shape when it comes to this. I think I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this coaster back here. It's really a placeholder, and I've talked about it being a placeholder. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I know I want to go back and edit some of it, make it a bit more exciting. But I'm at almost, I wouldn't say I'm at a standstill with it. I'm just at a point where I'm like, really, I've got so many different things. Some people have made some really fantastic suggestions about like using the monster. One of the suggestions, I think I gave him a shout out in the last video, talked about making that monster in the wall. So maybe we'll do that. I'm not really sure, but anyways, I hope you enjoy this series. Like I said, it's not the most busy series. It's not going to be a series that comes out very often. I feel like it's just when I have time, I can go in here, really just relax and do some building, and that's really what it's all about right now. So anyways, if you don't watch any of my other videos, if you'd like to come join us on other games, I'm playing several things right now. We've got, of course, some more Scrap Mechanic on the way that should be out tomorrow. I'm playing Beam NG right now, and I also have got a couple games planned, or they're in that maybe not stage right now. I really want to expand the channel. I don't want to get stuck playing. I know I've done a lot of Scrap Mechanics, so I don't want to get stuck just playing that. I'm going to play a lot of games for you guys. So, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Everything helps this channel. We are rocking and rolling. We're going really fast, and it's absolutely fantastic. I just hope I can keep up for you guys, because, like I said, it means the world to me. What's happening right now. I tell you, it's absolutely fantastic. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time.